Well, we did the bone test of this walking thing. Kathleen Kennedy and Frank Marshall saw it. And they liked that so much they went and told Stephen, and he saw it. And he said, well, we'll give you some additional money to actually take as reference footage Stan Winston's modeled version and to put skin on, essentially on the bone version. So we did that, and Dennis and I and Stefan, you know, matched the colors of it. So we went out and shot a plate actually for it, and then we put it in the plate, and that was the walking T-Rex, and Spielberg saw it and went absolutely insane and said everything's going to be computer graphics now.
Yeah, well, we were all cranked up and going on all these stop and go motion, you know, foam rubber dinosaurs, and the call came down. Dennis called me at home and said, I'm afraid I have some bad news. Steven's decided to do the whole show CG, and my, you know, like the Bombay doors just, ah! Yeah, I saw, you know, like the end, and oh, shit, now what am I gonna do?
It's a very strange thing. If you ever look at a cheetah slowed down, shot at 100 frames a second, you'll watch its head running at a full crank. Allegedly, it's running at 60 miles an hour. Its head in the y-axis doesn't budge an inch. Look at that image, you say, that is a false image, you know, although that is the way it occurs in nature.
We looked at a lot of reference of different animals, hunting lions and leopards and cheetahs and various semi-large animals to get an idea of how they moved and how they hunt, or how they, in this case, you know, chasing down another animal, and how the herd reacts when suddenly a predator's in the middle of the herd, and how it scatters and runs. And then you'll see some of the dinosaurs in the background actually stop and turn around and watch at the end when they know that they're out of danger and that someone else has got it.
The main road sequence was one where it was shot at night in the rain. We had to put these creatures in the rain in the set, so there was background rain in the plate, there was foreground rain, and we had to make it look like rain was hitting the creatures. So a lot of that was done with extra elements. A lot of extra work had to be done to the materials itself to make the skin, you know, look not only like the dinosaur skin, but to make it look like the skin was getting hit with water and water was running off of it, and, you know, all that was constantly going on.
In MR7, this is a shot where Jeff Goldblum gets out of the car. It's a 305 frame shot. And he begins to run, and he's trying to flag the Rex from looking over the edge, so it ends up racing after him. This is an interesting shot because it really showed the scale of the Rex, because it was a low camera angle. It was about waist high to Jeff Goldblum, and it's moving back. And then the things that really, I think, that really make it work, apart from the actual massive scale size and these slow and lumbering, a lot of secondary working, are things such as the actual water flaring up from his feet, things that we add later on. So we essentially shoot that as a completely separate element and then composite it digitally.
One of the things about MR7, it has some really great animation, and the animation in that really makes the creature come alive and have a sense of attack, purpose, imminent danger, and weight, and all those kinds of things that make the shot work and seem exciting.
Gotta have a shot where the Tyrannosaur eats a man. Oh, I don't know. If you can, you know, eat a man, it might be, no, it'll be great. That's what everybody wants to see. They want to see a Tyrannosaur eat somebody.
Technically, one of the challenges for us was to make this T-Rex bite and, you know, grab and bring into the air this real guy, this actor Gennaro. So what we did was we replaced him earlier, and we actually, it's a real live guy at the head of the shot when he's doing like this, and then when the T-Rex chomps him, we switched to a computer graphics guy. And it gave us the flexibility to make the T-Rex take the most appropriate action, take the action that a real T-Rex would when he would yank him into the air and shake him to, like, break all the bones in his body so, you know, he can kill him and eat him.
Dr. Grant?
With JC4 and JC5, some of the problems that existed was that we had a lot of reference footage with the other creatures like the Gallimimus and some of the quadrupeds, the four-footed animals, but we didn't have a lot of reference footage for a bipedal 7-ton creature that it could allegedly move 50 miles an hour. This is JC4. This is where the Rex runs through the log on the Jeep chase sequence. So this is how I tried to work out how he was moving in wireframe. And actually you see a little hesitation there where he smashes his leg through the log right at that point right there, which is about frame 34. And then tries to clinch down on a Jeep, which is in front of him. In JC5, the setup is that the Rex, theoretically, coming off of JC4, smashed through the tree, has caught up to the Jeep. Now he's so close to the Jeep, he's capable of smashing his head into it. So what we had to do, first of all, is animate a traveling camera, okay, in computer graphics using the correct lens. Then animate a Jeep, okay, to somehow substitute the placement of where the Jeep would be in real space. And then the Rex, the digital, all wireframe, again, working on the screen, would smash into it and we tried to sync it up exactly to the exact points of where the Jeep lifted up and down. Then in addition to that, we would actually take the camera, okay, the overall plate, and shake it up and down to give the illusion of an additional hit or more impact.
You gotta get out of here. You gotta get out of here. Now, right now. Go, let's go. Hey. Start the engine. Must go faster.
Get off the stick! Let me move! Look out! Down!
In RC1, the stunt double for the young girl is the one who actually falls through the screen. Surprise, surprise, they didn't want to use the star. So as she fell through and she's hanging and the camera's looking straight down, of course there's a certain point where you actually see her face as she's looking back up at us just before they pull her out. So it was decided that what we were going to have to do, because you saw her long enough and you got a good enough look at her, that we would have to remove her face and actually take the star's face and replace it while using the stunt double's body. So what they did was they shot the scene twice, once using the stunt double and once using the real actress, and then they digitally composited the real actress's face on top of the stunt double's body so that it looks like, and hopefully seamlessly, that it was actually the actress who fell through and was pulled up to safety.
That is hopefully the good thing about Jurassic, is that it won't be associated necessarily as an effects film. It'll be more like a Taming Creatures, essentially.
Nobody except the people really in this building know how far we've come. And this has made the Terminator work obsolete, just like the next show we do will make this show obsolete.
There are shots in that show that I've seen over and over day to day that still absolutely blow my mind. They just freak me out. There was some line that was crossed where it was no longer me talking about digital data or information. It was me talking about, gee, it'd be great if he or it was backed up a foot, or it'd be great if he or it could step a little further. And it became very real early on.
From my point of view, I'm just knocked out when I see it. Because I can tell only because I know that these are effects. You know, it looks to me like it's an animal. It looks like it's something actually in the set that is moving like a real animal would move, and it's not a dinosaur because they're not around, so it can't be that. And I don't know what it is, but it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, and I can't find any flaw with it, and I love it. I love it.